All right, Francis. Hole one's 565 feet, par 4. You go straight. Anything from this OB line to the right is OB. You can see the flag. If you want to get 3, laying by the short tee pad, there's a cutout in the woods. If not, you can just keep going straight, wrap around all the way to the front, and then you can just get up for par. Don't go OB. So this is the landing zone. If you can land behind this tee pad, you can go through this gap here, and you can just see the basket on the other side. Or play safe and go to the right. Okay, there's the green. Basket's between 2 trees. Easy up, down for par. Unless you shank it. You should still putt that. All right, first one counts. Hole 2, par 3, 390, almost 400 feet. Going straight, kind of where that guy's walking, the basket's in there. We're just gonna lay up. There's 2 ditches in between after this pond. There's one on the left, one on the right. If you push 300 plus and don't go too straight, you'll end up OB. Just lay up. If you can get more left and stay safe, it's an easier upshot for par. All right, Francis, you can see where I landed. I wanted to lay up. You can see the ditch. It goes across over there to the right. It's OB, OB. If you can land just short to where I'm at here, easy up and down for the par just here. I'm gonna go forehand. Get up there. It's a little short, but we can putt for 3. Okay, hole 3, 261 feet. Now when I ranged it, it's about 280. OB between the ditches, OB pretty much all the high grass around. I don't know if it's OB to where the tree is on the right, but it probably is, just assume so. We're using the short pads for this one. He's got these red lines sprayed off the tee pad because some of these are kind of wonky. So it kind of gives us a little bit of an edge to go hyzer here. Go to the basket, throw something a little faster. Play it like it's 280. Luminescence. Too high. Sit. Outside circle is a little too high, but it's good. You can see the OB line wrapped all around the high trees. Sadly, he doesn't push them right there close to the edge. He puts about a foot, foot and a half out. Just be careful. If you're anywhere on the edge, just assume that it's OB. All right, hole 4, par 4, 512. The basket is nowhere in front. It's actually a hard dog leg to the right. You need to push at least 3 to 315 to see the gap, and then make a 90 to the right. Everything to the left is OB, to the right is safe, but if you go anywhere inside the woods on the right, you might as well count it as a bogey. We're just going to try to get up, push the wood line to the right, have it fade in the middle, and hopefully have like a forehand to skip in. All right, it was a little too straight. You need it out to the left so you can get to the gap. You can see the gap, it's right here. Since we're too much to the right, we're just gonna lay up. Go for the par. Perfect. Okay, here's the gap. There's the basket. Easy par. All right, hole 5, 325. As you can see, you got a tight gap right here. We're on the long pad. The basket's off to the left. You need it to be at least, like it says, 325, so something 300 straight and have it fade. It's a little too far for me, so I just want to hit the gap, lay up, take the par. It went too far right, which I think I got a second kick. It's OB, high grass OB. All right, luckily we're not OB, we got a lucky break. But as you can see, he splits the fairways as well, the OB line. See if we can get around this tree. A little short, but you can get up and down. Just want to show you, if you do hit the gap, this is about as much as you can get, well, especially from our arm speed. Still about 50, 60 feet short, but you can jump putt that. First one counts. Okay, hole 6, 281. We're using the short pad here. Not a great tee pad. He's got one sprayed off to the right, which is really helpful for this hole because this one is a really tight. Hit the gap and burn complete 90 degrees to the left. There's a lot of trees in the way. If you hit early and kick left, you're in some thick stuff. I'm having to go super overstable, something like a driver or a really overstable fairway. Hit it low, put on some hyzer, get the flare skip, try to push it in there as much as you can. I think we pushed it too forward. This is where the hole is. You can see where the gap is, comes in tight 90 degrees, trees covered everywhere. We're over here out of frame. That's just lay up, get to the basket, take par. If you can get a good flare skip, that's a bonus too. hit a tree, but that's all right. We're in circle 1. Come on, clean it up. There it is. All right, hole 7, 246, just like home. Burt, hole 5, it's on a hill. You got a wall, there's no relief from the wall. Get up to it, 220, forehand, backhand, get up to the wall, just like home, man. Just put up. There it is. We putt. All right, make the putts just like hole 5 at Burt. Easy putt, you can make that. Show you if you missed the basket, there is roll away potential. Hole 8, 318 feet. This is one of the longer par 3s. You can just see the basket way back there. I'm gonna go forehand flex to the left with the high grass. The OB line ends up to the tree line, but I think if you go too much straight and you end up over here, it's safe. Same thing on the right. The OB line ends up somewhere back in here and stops. And then you're free if you go too far right into the woods. There's no OB. We try to go forehand flex and try to hit that gap and get it to come in and get me close to the basket. It burned it. We can hit it again. It would have been good if it was the first one. All right, you end up burning it like I did, or you hit a tree early, that's fine. You can just pitch up and down and take your par. That works, son. Francis, I believe this is hole 9, I believe. Par 4, almost 700 feet. You putt. I'm sorry, not putt. You drive from down there, you come up, you gotta go right. There's OB over here, either a turnover or forehand. The basket's still way out here. This is what it looks like from down here. It is slightly uphill, so you need to go turnover and go this way, or go forehand and get up there. To the wall of the OB is probably about 250 feet. I'm gonna go forehand. Rather be safe than sorry. Nice and low. Hopefully we got a big skip. Hey, this is where we landed. As you can see, there is a wall of trees getting up to the green. You could just see the basket. There is a route that comes over to the left, and there is a low route that has over to the right. You can go low and hyzer and have it skip in, or go forehand wide and try to get the shorter end, but it's a little further out. We're gonna try to go forehand, hit to the left, get a good skip to the right, and hopefully putt for 3. Go a little something less stable, get it to drift, and get it to the basket. Too high. Made it across, so you'll have a lucky putt for circle 2. Yep, just made it past the wall of trees. We're looking for a putt for 3 in circle 2. Most of the time you hit the trees and you drop and you gotta scramble for the par, but you should be able to get up and down for par. If it's super windy, I don't know, you know how it usually goes when it's windy like that. Definitely a bonus if you can get this one. Love the song, hate the band. Shout out to Taylor for telling me that once. Dick. Okay, hole 10, 190 feet. This is a real short one. Go to the left, keep it low. There are some high limbs on this high left, so if you go too high, it's gonna hit and it's gonna drop, and you don't want to take a par on a short 200-foot hole. This is a must get. Go straight, you can go wide right, hyzer on a backhand if you want. Simple upshot with a putter. We go with a soft tactic. Easy bird. You can see, circle 1. Let's get to 2, man. All right, tournament, it's gonna be a 2. Like I said, tournament. All right, hole 11. About 650, it's par 4. I ain't gonna lie, this one's a huff. Left side, you can kind of see the pan line, OB. I'm gonna try to go backhand flex, get over to the right and have it fight in. You kind of want to push the OB, that way you can just go backhand, hyzer to the right and try to skip up all the way to the back right corner where the basket is. It's kind of on a bit of a mountain, but majority is probably gonna be a par. I'm gonna go with my end of a made S-Line DD1. Oh, it's pushing it. OB. There's no wind out here today, so guess I'm a little flip here. All right, well, that one burned over. That's why I picked the first one, but you get how it is. Okay, so we took our meter in after going OB. You can see the basket. It's all the way back there. It's about at least 320 from here. You want to be somewhere in the middle or somewhere near a close tee pad. It's about 320 to the basket. So, I don't know. We're going to try to just get it out there and try to save bogey at this point. Tournament, we'll correct it. Let's just push that wood line. Somewhere, get it in the middle, and then take a putter shot, get up the mound, save bogey. Yep, that's what you want. If you end up pushing the wood line to the right, it is safe. It is not OB, it's only to the left. Okay, we're about 100 feet, 120 feet to the basket after the upshot. Because we threw, went OB 2, threw for 3, so this be for 4, save bogey. Forehand's really not a good option. You're kind of pushing the tree a little bit to the left. Just hit the mound, take a putter, nose up, ride it up there. Don't go too far past because there is a creek on the backside and there is OB long before you get to the creek. So it's not worth trying to throw it in and lose a disc. All right, save bogey, move on. if you get a bogey on this hole, don't feel bad. The next hole's real short. You can make up for it. Okay. Hole 12, it's about 241 feet. You can see the basket. It's tucked over to the right, but you got to hit this gap first. You can either go backhand turnover or go forehand up the middle, have a big flare skip. The creek right here goes right behind the basket, so you can go OB long, and it's about 50 feet behind the basket. We're gonna go forehand, probably go FD3, just so I can get that reliable skip. You don't fall off. Alright, we're in circle 1, probably just on the edge or inside, but put a little hyzer on it, something overstable, you should be fine. You can go zone, it's an option, but I'd go with a driver, high speed. Right, this is why I like the high speed, 9-speed, overstable fairway. You can see we're inside circle 1, probably about 15 feet. This is definitely a must get. First one counts. All right, hole 13, 295, so play it like 300. Dead straight. You got some option, hit some gaps. Left side, like the par 4 for hole 11, inside to the left is OB. I don't think the right side woods is OB. I like to go hit the gap, pick something flippy, get on a hyzer flip, push it straight as you can, and try to go for the 2. I definitely recommend going flippy if you go over stable, especially with a high-speed driver. You can definitely possibly skip OB. Luminescence. All right, I think we're just inside circle 1. All right, inside circle 1, just like last hole, about 15 feet. This is why I like the hyzer flip, something flippy like the Essence. Pop it up, get it flat, and let it push, push, push. Even if it doesn't get all the way, you'll have that slight fade at the end and not go OB. Make sure you hit the gap first. Ka-chow. All right, hole 14, another par 4, 576, almost plays like 600. This one's a bit of a stretch too. You can clearly see there's a gap. It's pretty tight, it's about 60 feet across, if not even that. You want to push as dead straight as you can, but not too straight to where you end up in the woods. If you go too overstable and you go left, the OB comes in play from all the holes we played earlier in the middle. Get it as straight as you can. There's a short pad up there. If you can just get past the short pad just to the left, you're looking at about 300 foot in, and I mean, it's a hard dog leg right if you can hit that gap and push up there. So we'll see. I think we're gonna go with the luminescence again. Try to pop it up, same thing like that last hole, and try to get it straight and not push too far right. Gotta hit the gap. All right, that was pretty straight. Wasn't high enough like I would like so it could ride, but hopefully we're plenty safe away from the OB and we can get up and down. Right, after the drive, this is where we landed. You can see the short pad just right here. You're looking at about 300, 315 to get in. From where we're at, we're a little pinched. You want to be as much left as you can. The basket, you won't be able to see it. You have to get around that corner. It's about 60 to 80 feet to the right if you can make that corner. So we're gonna go big forehand and try to get it around that corner and hopefully have an opportunity to get a 3. If not, it's all right. We can just get up and down for par. This is basically a bonus 3. Go flex with the new DD1. Shout out to Gannon Burr for these awesome chump chalk bags. Love them. Seemed a bit low. We might have cut the corner. It's not OB, but we'll be pinched off. I'm gonna have to lay up for par. This is the corner from the short pad. If you can land there, I thought I ended up in this corner, but luckily we actually have a chance for 3. So definitely high speed driver. If you can flex it, get that big flare skip, and we're looking at about 25, 26, 27 feet for birdie. Honestly, if I hit this, this would be a first for me. I usually end up too far wide. All right. Boom. Hey, once you know you can do it, you can get it every time. All right, hole 15 says about 266. When I ranged it, it plays about 270, so I'd play it like it's 280. OB all the way around. High grass on the right, high grass on the left. OB long. You're probably looking about 40 feet past the basket, but just play about 270. Let's skip up, go into CD1. There's a little bit of wind out there. Get a little bit of turn, like a flex, come into the basket, and this is basically a must get. But if you can not go OB, that's a plus. Well, he did have a red line sprayed right here, so hopefully by tomorrow he'll have it repainted. But if you don't like the short pad, you can come over here on this left side. It's actually a lot easier for the hyzer shot, so that's probably what I'll do. Come on in. Oh boy, either we're on the pole or just past it. But either way, it's gonna be another. Right, we went past the basket. Might disc down to a FD or something, but if there's high wind like this, I'd rather throw something that's high speed, get a little turn you know you're gonna get, and trust the reliability at a higher speed disc for fade. So for about 10, 15 feet, so get to, let's move on. We don't need no flip, JJ. If I would have missed that, I know I would have heard that from the comments. All right, hole 16, about 310, 315. We're playing the longer pad, so you gotta hit this gap. It's OB inside the ditch. It's a little out there. Same thing, right side, there is a tree line, but it is OB. Left side, high grass, OB, and I'm not 100% sure there's OB long, but we'll see when we get up there. He does have paint sprayed over here to the right. Some of these tee pads are really nice, they're really flat. I don't see a need for that, but I mean, somebody almost broke their leg out here, or did break their leg, but you know, this pad's fine, so it is what it is. Some of the ones on some of these holes you'll see tomorrow, I think it's just a way to cheese it, kind of like how that last hole was, but that's a shorter tee pad. So, not a lot of wind. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that CD1 again. I'm gonna hit that right side, let it hyzer flip so that way I don't turn it over, let it flip up, and then have that reliable fade. It doesn't flip and burn kind of like the Essence does. So I need something that's gonna fade quick. So we'll step up to a CD1 again. Oh boy, I think we're short, but I think we're just inside circle. But I don't know what the wind's doing out there. If I would have gone Essence, it possibly could have flipped up the flat and burned and go OB. So we'll see. All right. Luckily, we made a good disc choice. There's a little bit of a headwind, so if I would have gone Essence, the hyzer flipped the flat, it could have went OB. I don't actually see any paint on the right side. think last year was OB. It might not be OB this year, or maybe there wasn't one last year. I don't know. I can't remember. But we're inside circle 1, probably about 20, 25 feet. So get her a little flip, and this time I will flip. We're a little further out, so and get the 2. I want to say this is a must get, but as long as you can get somewhere over here in circle 2, this would be a good 2 to get. Oh, just left. There we go. We can make that putt. Definitely a 2. All right, hole 17. We're getting down to the final 2. Par 4, about 550, 560. You want to go into this gap over here. The basket's in there about 50, 60 feet inside, just a hair to the left. OB left. All the way through there. There's no OB right. I think it's just road and beyond. So go big flex, get somewhere down right around here. That way you can just hyzer inside the gap and then go in. So not a lot of wind, so we'll just flex something. If there's not a lot of wind, we'll go DD. Pushing it. Sit. Definitely OB. High risk with the high-speed driver. Now I want to feel some wind. Okay, we didn't give it enough pull. I thought it would flip over a little more. We'll go with this Stratosphere DD1. A little bit more beat up. Put a little bit more ante on it. Too much ante. All right, it's on the right, it's safe, but I prefer to be on the left, so with the easy hyzer in. All right, so unfortunately when OB, we took our meter. You can see the gap's right here. We want to go to the right, get in this hole, about 60 feet inside. So we're gonna go probably about 250 out. Mid-range probably be a safer play. If you want that extra skip, that way you know it's something reliable, just go fairway. I think we're gonna go MD3. Kind of get it a little high, but not too low to where it dies. So just try to get in the gap. Oh, that's too high. Oh, it's in the gap. We can get up and down and say bogey, but we don't want that. Let's go Orbital Stable fairway. Try not to sky it this time. I definitely just stepped on the camera, my bad. All right, that's more reliable. We're definitely still short, but gives us a chance. All right, see our first shot to the right. We're about edge of circle, maybe just outside circle. You can see our second up shot here with the fairway. Definitely was more reliable, hit a lot lower, got an extra bonus skip. So, you know, 10 to 15 feet can make a difference in your score. So we'll putt from the first one, try to save par. As we threw off the tee, went OB. So that's 2, throw for 3. Now we're putting for 4. So if you go OB early, if you can make the distance, and you got a chance to save par. So kind of sucks when you go OB and you can save par from OB, because then you're like, well, I could have got a birdie. So just live and learn. I think we're just outside of circle, so we're going to go with a stepper. Here you go, save par. No football. I don't know, it's on camera now. It might look a football. Either way we say par, should have been a birdie, but I'll take it. A little bit of windy now. Definitely make sure you have overstable and understable with you. All right, final hole, going back to the parking lot. Hole 18. This is definitely one of the harder par 3s. 377. It plays like 380. So you can see it, basket is way down here, just dead straight. There is a Mando. It's the tree on the right, a little bit of the red leaves on it. You can see the sign, it's kind of faded. Mando is in play. You go right, the drop zone is a short red T-pad. So I'm just gonna pick something dead straight and just lay up, take the 3 and take it on home. This T-pad's actually fine. He's actually got painted over here on the right side if that's easier for you. I don't see nothing wrong with this T-pad either, so if you want to go for the cheese it. Go on function, highs a flip, and just get it dead straight. Or you can hit limb. And then take a chance on a bogey. All right, went back and got the disc. We're practicing, okay? Don't hate me for it. At least most of the shots we got earlier were one shots and birdies, so get off my back a little bit. Let's try it again. I just hate the loud truck. All right, not a great shot either, but stayed safe from the Mando. We're only about 250, maybe 260 from the basket. Just get up and down. All right, we're actually a lot closer than that. We're only about 120, 130 feet to the basket, so just chip up and down and take the par and move on. I hope this was helpful for you, Francis, and I'll probably post this on the main page for anybody else that wants to see it. That's just curious. This is my first time actually recording and doing this by myself, so shot tactic. Let's do it. All right, turned out to be a really pretty day, and here we are, 10 feet, 5 feet